All right, we're live. Okay, we are here. Welcome to the show. All right, so I have one person on. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, perfect. So happy Tuesday. So we have 3 people on, 4 people. That's good. So we're early. A few shows back, we struggled with some technical difficulties, so I'm bound and determined to start early. That way I can get any issues taken care of early. So hopefully y'all can stay with us for the whole hour. If not, I don't have a problem. I know that your time is precious, so pop in and out as you can. Let's see, what do I have going on here? So if you're here and you're of a mind to comment, tell me hello, let me know you're here. Looks like we've got some shares already. Thank you for that. Yeah, if you can share us out, that'd be great. The more people that join the conversation, the livelier the conversations are, right? I mean, that's just a given. So we'll wait just a few minutes and give some more people time to come on. And if you could, hey Pam, how you doing? So if possible, hey Terry. Yeah, I need to call you. I need to get together. So if you have an opportunity, we would love for you to set our page to like, follow, and definitely get all the highlights of the show. So I know that Facebook's changed a few settings. So the pages that you used to get notifications from, you may not now. So you have to go into the setting of the page and the following settings and actually say you want the highlights. You want to get the top post. Otherwise, it'll get lost in your feed and you may not ever get notification. I've learned that from the pages that I followed. So tonight we are going to be talking about crystal personalities, and that's basically just to describe some of the unique characteristics that a quartz, sometimes I've seen it on calcite as well, the different characteristics that they'll have. Hey Carrie, how you doing? Thanks for joining. So last week we talked about what we were going to do for this show, and a suggestion came up, instead of doing a specific crystal, that we would talk about characteristics of crystals. I know you've talked about record keepers before, let's see, anhydros. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good. So we have record keepers and hydros. We've also talked about phantoms. Let's see, windows, twins. Gosh, there's lasers. We have Isis crystals, self-healed crystals, trigger crystals. So there's just so many different crystals, crystal personalities. And I wanted to share with you 2 books that I have that I felt were really informative on the different types of crystals personalities. So this is Quartz Crystals by Isabel Silveira. I think Silveira. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And then this one is Crystal Personalities. And this is by Patricia Troyer. And I've gone through and marked a few pages for tonight's show. And I thought it'd be interesting just to share with everyone what your crystals can tell you just by having a unique characteristic. Let's see. So phantom crystals, for example. Let me see, where's the phantom? So this one is the phantom crystal that I have to share. So if you look really closely right in this area, this is a citrine crystal that we have. There's a phantom. So it's one crystal, or two, or many actually, growing inside of another crystal. So it's considered to be a phantom. So the phantom itself, it says it's indicative of the evolutionary experiences and transformations of this crystal. So it's like it's had several different lifetimes. So it's, and just think about it. So one crystal grew and then it stopped, and then another crystal grew on top of it, and then it stopped, and then another and another. So it is like multiple lifetimes. So these types of crystals can help you investigate your own past life. And because it's a citrine, then that just really, helps with all the prosperity and abundance too. I was just looking on the side of this one, it has some really cool markings on it. So that's a phantom crystal. So does anyone on the show have a quartz crystal that you have a personality of that crystal that you are drawn to? And or maybe you understand the reason, or maybe you don't, but either way you're just drawn to the crystal itself. And we can look up in the book what it indicates, and your experiences with it. I'll give a few seconds for people to type out their responses. So I have a few that I, in my personal collection, I'll share with you. So that one I just showed is not in my personal collection. That was actually in our inventory. Let's see. I'm not going to put pressure on anyone, so I'll go ahead and continue. I'll show you what my very favorite crystal. So this one here. So this is called an Isis point. You like crystals with rainbows? Yeah. Okay, so let's look at those. So rainbow, and I actually saw that here. So of course the rainbows are special in several ways. Let's see here. Empowered crystal, record keeper, where are you? Ah, here we go. All right, so what it says about a rainbow crystal. Let's see, a rainbow is the ultimate expression of light representing all of creation. So this is a very special gift from the guardian spirit of crystals. So the rainbow crystal helps us to be multifaceted in our own unique expression of light. So it helps you cope with negativity while keeping in our consciousness the wisdom that love is at the basis of all life experiences. Right? So who doesn't love that, right? So I mean, I have several crystals that have rainbows, and I didn't bring any out. So Nina, I appreciate you mentioning that, because they're extremely, I'm going to use the word common, but I think that they're common for a reason. So I really think that rainbow crystals are there for us to have the opportunity to pick up easily. Unlike in hydro, for example, they're hard to come by. So I mean, the rainbow, I think, is there for all of us to experience. Okay, so Yadi has, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. You have a citrine point with a red markings inclusions on the tip. Very drawn to it, but no idea why. Red markings, inclusions. So it could be that it has some type of iron deposits on it. So I'd be interested to see a picture. And you're saying inclusion, so that means it's inside. right? Is it wispy or is it more, so like, let me show you, like this one has, this crystal has inclusions. Let me see if I can get it up close. Yeah, so this one has inclusions. Well, it's almost like breaks inside. This one actually has like fairy wisp, where it's almost like there's gas inside. It's either gas, water, could be air pockets. So they're called fairy wisp when you see them like that. Yeah. So I want to show you this one that's really cool. This is a citrine, but you can see it's healed. So there was a break at one point in its lifetime, and then it healed. So it actually grew continuously. So it actually had harm done to it, and then it came back out. So this one, and it also has ancestral lines on it as well. So if you can see the striations on the side, the little lines. So this guy is such an amazing crystal. In addition to that, it has a trigger. All right, so it's a citrine, self-healed with ancestral lines, and it's a trigger. So this little guy, he has multiple personalities, a lot like us, right? So these are really, really, when you come across a crystal that has this many personalities, you want to hold on to it. So the self-healed, I just want to read to you what that tells us, because it's pretty fascinating what all of the characteristics will say. Let's see, tabular, self-terminated, self-healed. All right, so this one, it activates the self-healing and regenerative powers of our physical body, and also our power to overcome emotional issues such as the loss of a loved one, job, or depression, etc. So, I mean, that's where it's going to help us, right? So when you find a self-healed crystal, then it kind of like lends itself to what you might be going through at the moment. And then, let's see, the trigger is over here. So I'm going to pick up this book. This is Crystal Personalities. So this one actually has, when you think about a trigger, right, it has a powerful burst of energy. So if you're working with a crystal, such as, you know, this is a citrine, but a clear quartz or whatnot, you have if you can amplify the energy and then the trigger, right? So you just press down on it and it is just, you know, it'll set a burst of energy. So that's really good about the triggers. So whenever you see a crystal that has like an appendage like that, something that you can push, you know, I think all of us understand what a trigger would be. You know, when you do that and then you're pressing it forward, then you're sending that energy outwards. So Donna, are you having problems? Is anyone else having problems with the video? We're down to 3 people, so maybe we are having a problem. Nina, can you hear me? Is the quality okay? Yadi, Donna, Terry, Carrie, Pam, anyone? Let's see. Let's see who else can get back on. Okay, so Yadi, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. So Nina has a special penetrator crystal inside the main crystal. Okay, yeah. The owner of the shop wanted me and his sister to buy it, so I did a few years ago. Okay, so a penetrator. So actually, I don't have one. They're sometimes called inner childs, or a manifesting crystal. So let's see. Let's see what it says. I just had it earlier. Yep, okay. So manifestation crystal, right? It's characterized as a larger crystal with a smaller crystal totally contained within it. It carries the knowledge of how we can manifest our dreams, desires, and objectives in our material reality. It said it also works with female fertility and its ability to conceive and generate life, which it doesn't necessarily mean babies. It's the symbol of divine essence or divine spark within each of us. So yeah, so that's if they were encouraging you to buy it, Nina, there's probably a lot of special qualities about that crystal. Oh no, Donna had a heart ablation surgery on Thursday and they couldn't get your heart to do what it's been doing on a monitor. Oh my. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm hoping everything goes well. Yeah, that's so scary. You just, you have expectations that your body will just react as it should be. Okay, thank you, Pam. All right, perfect. So Pam, do you have a special crystal that you have and you recognize the personality? Oh, wow. That is an actual blue diamond ring, Nina? Wow. Yeah, so it must be pretty powerful. It must have the ability to divine or have it's a prophecy stone of some sort. That's interesting. Yeah, I love. Hey Sam, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. So we're talking about crystal personalities. A few of us have already shared some of our favorites. Um, this is the only anhydro I have. Let's see, I'm gonna show you. So anhydros, as I mentioned earlier, they're not that easy to get a hold of. They can be, costly. And I'm not, I don't invest in the higher priced crystals. And there's a few that I have, but anhydros, this one was actually given to me as a gift. Yeah, we're just starting to the conversation, Sam. So we've got a ways to go yet. Oh, you still have it, and you saw a blue diamond ring. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is amazing. So Sam, we're just going through a few crystals. I just ordered some Veracruz amethyst points. And this guy was in there, and this is the one I claimed for myself. So it's a double terminated. Can you see? It's tiny, and it's also a self-healed. So it looks like it started on one end and had some type of break, and then it continued to grow on the other side. So that one's really cool. So you did get an anhydro. Do you know if it was water or gas, Pam? Or like mine is water. Yeah, mine's water. Yes, thank you, Sam. We're working with, her name's Samantha Berger. She's out of Florida, and she's redoing our brand. So we're going through a change. We're changing our logo. We'll be changing our website. Starting to change out my documents, letterheads and such, invoices and so on. It's slow, but sure. I need to order the business cards tonight, so get those coming. And oh, cool. Yeah, that's even better, Pam, right? You got double whammy. Very, very nice. One of the crystals I wanted to show you, but first I'm going to tell you why it's special. You know, I have not, Sam. I've never found a record keeper on any of my uh, quartz that I have. And I do have, I'm trying to look on this one that I have right here. Yeah, if I do, they're so tiny that it's not noticeable. So like I pulled this out for y'all to see. So this is a ruby, and the record keeper itself is extremely prominent. I mean, you can see it from this angle. So this is the record keeper, and a ruby. That's the only crystal I have that's not quartz on the table. Vistaprint, yeah, we're actually going a different route, Nina, on the Vistaprint doesn't do book. We're doing a book, um, or it's called trifold, but this actually has, I'm calling them 4 pages, so it has the front, page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4. So it's going to be the outer paper, or papers, I guess, are going to have our logo, and then a place for me to have a blessing. And then the inner portion is where it's going to list my services and then our products. So yeah, hopefully I can send you one. That's exactly true, Sam. Shipping anhydrous during winter can make the quartz shatter. It makes a lot of sense because it's cold, right? So, and then it gets hot and cold, depending on where the quartz is leaving and headed to. So yeah, I'd rather not even deal with that type of, I'm going to call it a liability, but there's just so many concerns that happen. People get really attached to receiving a product such as a crystal, and when it's damaged, it's difficult because you can't send them another one like it. So it's a one-off. It's a one unique thing, and so it's a challenge. I think I do good just overcoming UPS on a normal day without having any type of weather-related issues. So I'll leave that to the experts. Just gonna scoot up a little bit. Oh, okay. So I got sidetracked there. So my special crystal, and it's this one here. It's called an Isis crystal, and you can see the 5 points right there. I'll turn it to the side so you might be able to see the angle a little bit better, right? So the Isis crystal. So it has 5 points. This one is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love it. I use this in special ceremonies. It represents the universal feminine principle, symbolizes the goddess, personifies the feminine power of creation that conceives and gives birth to all creation, activates and integrates the power of the inner goddess. So it represents determination, perseverance, life renewal, victory of truth and justice, determination and willpower to win against evil, the courage to defend the truth, and the courage to correct mistakes. It also has the ability to personify inner power and the ability to overcome obstacles. So it can help you with overcoming depression. If you've lost a loved one, it can help you reconnect to the spirit realm. And also if you have a serious illness, it can help you overcome the initial impact of it. So this is my very, very favorite crystal of all. Out of the thousands I have, this is the one. And in addition to it, it has the aggregator. So it has so you can see the little quartzes forming. So this is like a community crystal. So other crystals are drawn to this crystal, right? So it actually helps support it. It knows that they're protected. So it has twofold. So it has the Isis and it's an aggregator. And then in addition to that, on the very side, I have ancestral lines. So this one is just, ugh, I love it. Love it, love it. I wouldn't, that one, if I would carry, if the house is burning down, I would get Wendell, for sure. This crystal, and of course my important papers. Yeah, that's what I would take out the house with me. Ah, so Sam, you have with record keepers pointing up and down. Okay, so let me see. There's another thing that you might want to look at, and it's not necessarily record keepers. Let's see here. Let me try to find it. Okay, so record keepers. We'll talk about that just for a second. So, okay, so Sam, be ready. It's saying handling a record keeper crystal is a big responsibility. All right, so I don't know if you're ready for it or not, but here we go. Information received can differ from everything that's seen or experienced before. There can be data that doesn't relate at all with physical life on this planet. The receiver, which is you, needs to train your mind to be open to inconceivable concepts and to be able to process them somehow in your life. The purpose of receiving all this extraordinary information is not to escape from the terrestrial world, but rather to incorporate higher wisdom, love, and peace into your earthly existence. So there you go. So the other one that I was going to show you or talk about was the trigonic crystal, and that may be what you have. Yep, O'Donna, no problem, hon. I'll show it to you. So this one is called quartz crystals. Quartz crystals, and it's by Isabel Silveira. Silveira. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sure. So that's one. The other one is Crystal Personalities, and it's by Patricia Troyer. I like this one because it has color photos. I like the reason why I like this one. This other one, Crystal Personalities, it actually has more information. So I wouldn't choose one or the other. I like them both for different reasons. But it's totally up to you. I'm sure there's others out there, absolutely others. But these I really, really I enjoy. Yeah. So Sam, yours is a trigonic crystal. It's a quartz crystal with small triangles pointing upward towards the termination of the crystal and downwards towards the base of the crystal. Yeah. The triangles are naturally chiseled and embossed. It says the uses is when you're called to begin your soul's journey to solidify new patterns of consciousness in the death process, upward angles, transition from matter to spirit, and during delivery or pregnancy, the downward. So this is the page, trigonic. You really need to get this book, Sam. Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. Another one I was going to show you is, this is a twin. Can you see the two crystals joined together? And of course this one has inclusions, like beautiful inclusions, which if we were here during the day, we'd be able to see some rainbows in this one. And then, what's another one? Oh, here we go. This one has, this is a twin as well, but that's not why I pulled it out. This one has the ancestral lines, so the striations along. It's actually on every side of this crystal. Yep, so this is ancestral. But this one I was going to show you, this is a smoky quartz that was in my personal. So this one actually has three crystals. And then it has the aggregators down on the bottom, You know, it's where the family collects, congregates. Pretty cool. And then this one is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has the fairy wisp running through it. See, they're trapped air or gas. It's not anhydro. It's wispy. There's no bubble. So, Donna, do you have a quartz or any type of crystal that has a unique personality about it? I'd love to hear your experiences. While I'm looking for Donna, I'm gonna look at another one. Where is it? I have it marked. Ah, okay. So this one here is a little baby, but it's considered to be a laser, right? So you can understand why, right? So if you can see the shape of it, this actually has an inner child too, bridging off of it. But that's the minor aspect I was going to show you, is the laser aspect. So it contains the secret of the laser. So it's to create powerful energy fields, right? So I mean, if you use this and you point it in any direction, if it had a trigger, which actually this one has a tiny trigger, so it could work. You're just building energy like this. And then, at some point you release, and that energy it's a burst of energy. So, but this is a laser. So they have lots of cool uses to them. I have several lasers in my collection. This is just the one example. And then here's another one. This one's actually a little bit more straight. And it also has ancestral lines. I don't know if you can see it on that side. So pull out your crystals. You might be surprised. You could probably have some personalities that you weren't even aware of. Like this guy. Let's see if I can find. So this is a cluster, quartz cluster. But the reason I was going to showcase this guy tonight is right there. Let me see if I can get a pen. I can pinpoint what I'm showing you. So right here is a self-healed. So it during its growth, its life, it broke, and at some point it decided that, okay, I'm going to continue. It might be a little bit crooked, but I'm going to go ahead and continue. So this piece here was straight, and then it just took an angle right there. Yeah, so this one is pretty special. It has a lot of unique characteristics to it. If you like clusters, like I do, you could probably find several different personalities within one cluster. Hey Maribel, how you doing? Thanks for joining. just talking about all the personalities that our crystals have, all the unique aspects of them. So it's pretty unique in that. I don't know if you have any crystals that have unique characteristics, special personalities that you'd like to share with us. There were 2 books that I was discussing, crystal personalities and then quartz crystals. You collect bended points. Bended points. That's interesting. Like bent? I would not know what that looks like. Is there another phrase? Let me see. Bended points. I've never heard that before. I'm just going to go through this reference book. See if I can find anything that inner child, Herkimer's. I have an ET crystal. I did. Okay, yeah. How they break, heal, and grow. Right. One thing I did want to mention, I was just going through this book and I almost forgot. I put it, tabbed it, but didn't mention it. So we all have crystals that have damage, not completely broken. Oh, okay. Yep, I got it. That makes sense. So this specific crystal it's gone through, some trauma. And this is considered to be an empathic crystal. So I call them the wounded warriors, right? So I've got one on my altar table that it's gone through some, trials, but it's still gorgeous to me. So this is what this crystal is. Twin flame quartz. Yeah, twin flames. Yeah, it does. So like this little one here that has the twin. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Yep, so it has the twin. Yeah, some are more pronounced. This one looks like it was just growing another twin when it was taken out of the matrix. And I'm sure I have other twins around, but I didn't pull out any other examples other than that. So the empathic crystal just reminds us to be, caring and compassionate to others, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they've been through. So yeah, they may not be perfect, but they still have use, right? They still have life left in them. So, I mean, whenever you're feeling down and, just not feeling, up to society standards, just know that the empathic crystal can help you get through that, because it feels it too. It understands exactly what you're going through. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I've never heard of it called bended quartz, though. I mean, that's a new one. That's great. See, that's what I love about this conversation. The show is that I learn new things all the time. I have to write that down, do some research. That is so cool. Let me see what Sam's twin says. I know there's something in here. Not that one. And there's so many. I mean, like scepters, double terminated. We talked about that. Tabular bridge. Dow crystals. This is the twin. Let's see. It says Sam. So it contains the mysteries of divine connection with another being. Yeah, and so this shows me a lot of different examples. Some are really pronounced. Some of them are like the one I had. There's different words. I like self-healed. That when you have an internal break and you either continue to grow in the same direction, or you branch off. Like this one has a self-healed. This one is the way you described it. It was going like in one direction, it broke, and then it just curved back out. Yeah, it's so cool. And it's almost like there, and it did that, but then another crystal started growing on top of the break. So this one is really unique. Oh, and it has crystals on the bottom too. That is just, oh. That one's also on my, I keep the Isis, and this one, I keep that on my, my altar to Isis. So Sam, the twin crystal teaches us about the secret of soul partnership, and it's how it's possible to fuse with another being. Wow. So, okay, so it actually can have, it can be a generator if it only has 1 point, a druzy, 2 or more points sharing a common base, or a cathedral, 3 or more points sharing a single body. So depending on your crystal, yeah, it might have different meanings. So, Sam actually was the one that suggested we have this as a topic this week. So I'm really, really thankful for this, because it actually helped me reconnect with my favorite crystals, and to point out why they're my favorites. They're actually really, really amazing. And I have so many different varieties. And it doesn't, you know, the small ones too. I mean, you don't have to have a large crystal, right, to have a unique personality. Like this is the one that I keep on my oracle deck. You know, it's got, it has rainbows inside. This little point has an Isis point. I actually have a bridge over here, so it's actually come out of this crystal. So that's why I like clusters, because it's not solely just one personality. You can find multiple personalities in the same crystal. So, pretty cool. So we have like 20 minutes before the show's over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some oracle cards for people. I think I like incorporating this into our show, and I hope y'all don't mind. Hey Ronnie, how you doing? Girl, you're all busy. Busy, busy, busy. I need to get some of those crystals you're bringing down. We're going to have to connect somewhere. In the middle. Are you in Texas yet? Are you still in Oregon, Utah area? You're tired, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you do it. You are just all over. An Isis point, it's a crystal that has 5 points to it, 5 sides. You're in Utah. Oh my gosh. Can you see? I'm trying to get it to where it kind of almost looks like a coffin in a lot of ways. There, I think you can see it. There you go. Yep. So this is the, it has 5 sides. So it represents the inner goddess. It also, of course, represents the goddess Isis. It is a way for you to amplify your own femininity. It's a very powerful crystal, shape and personality. No, it's not a window. Windows that I've been, they're diamonds, so that's how I've been taught that what a window is. But it could be different definitions. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I mean, there's always another interpretation. So there is no right or wrong way. But that's what I've been trained to recognize Isis point. Oh, September 3rd. Oh, that's my grandson's birthday. Yeah. So September, are you going to go to Nelson's in September? I'm hoping I'll see you then. And 5 size for Isis. Absolutely. Okay. So, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to pull an oracle card. So if anyone's interested, okay, depending on dates, I don't think it's actually been pinned down yet, Ronnie. I know we talked about it, but I don't know that anything's been well defined. The date that I had was the 18th of September, so it could change. I know that I'm going to Golden Hills retreat for a retreat on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Competition dig. Oh my God. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. Okay, so Maribel would like a card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card from Maribel. Okay, thank you, Pam. Yep, I'll pull one for you too. Let's see what Spirit has to say to Maribel. All right, so Maribel. Let's see what Maribel and Ronnie. Okay, perfect. Yay. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, so Maribel. Okay. Oh. All right, so Maribel, it's let me pull this. It's the vision card. Can you see it? I always have a hard time with that direction. So it's Maribel, it's a vision. So what Spirit's telling me right now is that there is a breakthrough that's about to happen for you. You are being shown the way there. You've been actually struggling with a difficult decision, but Spirit's trying to show you the way. And right now, at this moment, you're not open to that vision. It's almost like you're not trusting it. You see it. You absolutely see it. You see what they're trying to tell you. But you're doubting it. So, and I don't know what, oh, that kind of made me tear up a little bit. I don't know what's been going on, but it's a decision that you're struggling with, and you're being shown. Of course, Spirit talks to us in different ways. There's symbols. You know, it could be something that you've seen and you're just doubting it, and then you just push it aside. But I think that in the next few days, I want you to take the opportunity to, if you're being shown something, and if your first instinct is to say, oh, that might be from Spirit, then I would say believe it. Don't insert doubt. Oh, hey, Marianne, how you doing? Yep, so there's a vision waiting for you, Maribel. You just have to take off those blinders and accept what Spirit's trying to see, what Spirit's trying to show you. Okay, so this is for Pam. Let's see. Let's see what Spirit has to say to Pam tonight. Marianne, welcome to the show. We're going to close the show out with a oracle card. So let me see. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Maribel. All right, so this one's for Pam. So this is obfuscate, which just basically says that the situation is, it's inexpressible. Spirit can't explain to you what's going on right now. It's almost like it wants to not express the situation to you. I think it wants to take a pause, Pam. There's I think there was a situation that just recently happened, and it was almost like it was going too fast and almost out of control, and there's a lot of excitement. So now Spirit's just wanting to take a pause and just take a breath and say, okay, let's rest for a minute and then re-adjourn in the near future. So it's almost like just take a deep breath and then let's just set it aside. Let's not worry about it. Let's not focus on it too much right now, and then just let it settle in. Let it brew a little bit. Yeah. So that's for Pam. I love this card, believe it or not. It's one of those. What is Spirit trying to tell me with this one? But I've pulled this one for myself before, and I really love the messages. Okay, Marion, I sure will. So this one, though, is going to be for Ronnie. I'm going to see what Spirit has to say to Ronnie. All right, so this one's for Ronnie. Yeah, Pam. So it's time for a little rest. Okay, that's right. So this one's for Ronnie. Ronnie. Okay. Ooh. All right, so Ronnie, this one's fear. So the card the oracle card that was pulled for you is fear. Yeah, so what I'm getting from Spirit right now is that, so you've been hurt before, and some of it was, quite painful, and the wounds that you encountered and felt, they're still, some of them are still kind of raw, and you're afraid that if you don't take flight now, if you don't run and get away from the situation, that you're going to get hurt again. But what I'm seeing here, Ronnie, is that yeah, you might get hurt again, but there's going to be some situations that could be painful that will not be. So I think that you have grown stronger, and you're able to withstand certain circumstances that you weren't able to before. So I don't think that you really have anything to be fearful of. I think that you're stronger today than you were at the time that you had those wounds. And it could be the same, general situation, but I think you're good. Okay, let's see so Marion, I will get to yours. So what if I pulled the card for you just to see what the card it is without the reading, like just want to figure it out on my own what the meaning is. Is that weird? No, not at all. Totally goes against the whole purpose, huh? No. I have the cards. I mean, if you had cards in your hand, then you could probably do that for yourself. But no, I'll do that. Yep, I'll do that. So let me do Marion. This is the other world. It's not... so I use this in conjunction with my crystals, but there's so many out there. I like this one. I resonate with the images and the size. So it's, yeah, it goes hand in hand with that. So let me see what Marianne has. What does Spirit tell Marianne? And then we'll do Sam. And then it's going to be close to closing the show. So let's see, Marianne. Marianne, what does Spirit want to say to Marianne? All right, so Marianne, the oracle card for you tonight is release. So you've had some pent up energies lately, and so now it's just like, I mean, you had something really beautiful happen during in your life just recently, but now it's the time like, oh my gosh, okay, it's over. It's time to just like, whew, it's done, you know. So now it's like it was beautiful, but it was a lot to take, a lot to take on. But now it's just time to, you know, uh, get your reserves back again because it was a lot to take in. So um, yeah, so you're going to actually start decompressing. You know, it's just going to be the time to take it all down a notch because before it was just almost over the top. So yeah, so that was for Marion. That was, I mean, it's almost like anticlimactic in a lot of ways. You know how a climax happens? You know, I mean, it's great up to the moment, and then when it's done, you're like exhausted, right? So you're just glad it's over. All right, so this one's going to be for Sam. All right, so let's see what Spirit's going to tell Sam. And then Sam, you will, I'm not going to give you my feelings on the card or what Spirit's telling me. So it's going to be totally between you and Spirit, Sam. So I will not be the mouthpiece. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. Okay, so Sam, it's the Luna. It's the Luna card. I don't know if you can see it. So that's for Sam. So I'd be very, very interested in what you say. What? You got married 2 Sundays ago? I thought you were getting married in Beltane. I thought we had I got married on Beltane. I thought that was your married date, or your wedding day. I thought it was interesting we were both getting married on Beltane. Well, congratulations. 2 Sundays ago. Yeah, so you're still a newlywed then. Okay, thank you, Sam. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's really cool how, you know, you really have to trust what Spirit's saying. Ah, okay, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, yeah, I am so sorry. I know how stressful that must have been. So maybe the release is really appropriate then, right? Okay, yeah, Ronnie. I mean, even if I don't know, maybe Wendell and I can do like a day trip, meet you halfway. Yeah, if you're going to do a competition dig, then you're going to need to really be in shape. Yeah, I've never heard of a competition quartz dig. You'll have to do a live show. I need to see it. I need to live through you vicariously. Yeah, so I am now on my 3rd month of marriage. Yeah, so Wendell and I is like, yeah, but we've been together like, well, the whole COVID we've been together. So we actually got really close through the pandemic. Um, not a day without each other. So you get really close. Yeah, so it's, but yeah, congratulations, Marion. I really am really happy for you. I know it's an amazing time, especially when you join hearts and spirit with someone else, and you know you're committed and you plan on having a future together and all the things that it entails. It's such an exciting time. So congratulations, hon. And I'm really glad you came on so that we can share that card with you. So, okay, all right, so we just have a few more minutes left. So I'm going to just take that time to plan for next week. Okay, so we have, mm, oh, you had a pagan wedding. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, please, Ronnie. Yeah, I do want to see you. Well, I mean, Sam, it is perfect because when I think of the moon, there's hidden mysteries, right? There's secrets, and not secrets aren't always bad. They're secrets that you just don't want to share, right? So I think it's a perfect card, and you asked for the perfect delivery, and it was to be private between you and spirit. So yeah, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I don't. I mean, if I had chosen any other card, I think it was, something we would not have, had that connection with. Blessings to you too, Ronnie. Please stay safe and take, I know you do really well with your self-care, but take some rest. Definitely take some rest. Take some time off. Get those batteries charged again because you work so hard. I know you're so energetic and you're full speed all the time. So it has to really, really wear on you. You're welcome, Maribel. So if y'all can come back next Tuesday, we're going to do the prep meeting for the grid and the collective energy raising that we're going to do on the full moon. So we're going to plan that for next Tuesday. So we're going to do a prep meeting. And I'll send out an invitation explaining what we're going to be doing. Yeah, so Sam, I know it. Absolutely, huh? It's so cool. It's when you put your hand when you put yourself in the hands of spirit and you allow divine energy to help guide you. It's just amazing how all the pieces just come into play. They just kind of like fall, right? It's so it and it's acceptable to accessible to everybody, and that's what's so cool about it. So I'm really happy that you were able to experience that tonight, Sam. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. Y'all have a really good night. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'll send out an invite, an invitation on our page about the prep meeting for the full moon grid that we'll be making, and then the collective energy raising. And that's the full moon's on the 22nd, and then that sharing meeting will be on the 24th. So on the 17th is when we're having our prep meeting. So we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you guys. We appreciate it very much. Have a lovely week. Stay safe.